Alright guys, hello. Welcome back. This time we are not doing a reaction to anything. We are simply reviewing a movie we went to see a couple of days ago. Mortal Kombat 2. We did a quick short at the theater saying that we were going to do this, and it's good that we took a couple of days to like really think about how we really felt about the movie. Because normally when you come out of a movie, you come out with all the energy and the hype of seeing the movie with other people and your friends, your family, whatnot. You have like a different perspective, so it is good to give you guys the idea of how we felt like fresh out of the theater. Now I guess we can give a little bit of a more level-headed review. I guess let's start with the non-spoiler stuff. You want to go ahead and get started?
I think a lot of the characters, like, I guess general situations and like personalities and like sort of their character arcs too are kept very much intact from the games, I feel like. I don't think any of the characters really behaved in a way that was too out of character. Like, I was never taken out of it. Like, whoa, like,
Such
this
and such
character
wouldn't
wouldn't
do
do this or say this,
Visually, there's not much more to say than it just looked freaking spectacular.
Yeah.
I thought the special effects, visual effects, surpassed the first one. I know your brother, my youngest, he was like, no, it pretty much looked the same as the first one. But for me, for some reason, it looked better. I don't know.
Well, I feel like because they were just showing more impressive things.
Yeah.
I feel like that just, they really went crazy with like the arenas, like incorporating more arenas from the games with all that crazy stuff going on.
We can go into that a little bit more in the spoiler
I feel
stuff.
like the quality of the effects and stuff is pretty much the same as the first movie. Like,
it's just they did show more.
But it's, well, what's being
more variety.
shown is more impressive. There's more scale, that there's more like spectacle.
Right, maybe that's what it was. Also, the music, the music this time was like, the music in the first one was great, but this one made me want to get the soundtrack. Yeah, the music was just like on point. And then I guess we can talk a little bit about who was in there, who was included in the trailers, because there's certain people that we should probably leave for the spoiler section.
Yeah.
But, everybody knows that Carl Urban, if you've seen the trailer at all, Carl Urban is Johnny Cage. And for me, I thought he did a great job. He was honestly, I've loved him since The Lord of the Rings and The Boys and like all the stuff that he's done when he was in Star Trek. But, I really was not expecting him to be Johnny Cage at all. When I saw the first trailer, I'm like, holy shit. Carl Urban, really? And it just made sense. The way he portrayed the character, it makes sense. Like, given his storyline and where he fits with what's going on with the other characters, it just felt like it fit,
Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna have to get into like more spoiler stuff, I think, to talk about the other characters because you did see people in the trailers like Kitana and Shao Kahn.
Jade, Shao Kahn.
You do see Scorpion. They showed Scorpion.
Quan Chi and
Noob in the trailers too. So it's no surprise that they're included. I have some thoughts about a couple of those characters that are not necessarily negative, but not like really up there with the rest of them. But yeah, we'll talk about that a little bit later. Yeah, is there anything else non-spoilery you wanna add, or should we just step into it? If anything, it's as gamers, yeah, I guess I didn't give any background on either one of us. We did say a little bit of this in the short, but if you haven't seen it, we've both played the games. I personally started playing. I played a few times when I was younger in arcade version, and then later on with some friends on PlayStation. I did play Mortal Kombat on PS1, PS2, then we had versions on PS3, I think we did play it on basically every PlayStation console we've had.
PS3 had like MK versus DC and like
Yeah.
MK9 and stuff.
It was mostly Mortal Kombat, like during the PlayStation 2 era, I think, more than anything
PS2
else.
era, yeah, like Deadly Alliance.
That was heavy.
Deception,
yeah, and we do
Armageddon.
have MK1 on PS5. So yeah, we do play the games. We have played the games. Like I said, I've been playing Mortal Kombat for a long time, along with some other fighting games. I am a gamer. I play less now, of course, than I'm older, and because I'm doing the channel. But whenever I can, I slip in a game somewhere. Of course, he plays a lot more. But whenever we can, as a family, we kind of get together to like whoop each other's asses on MK1. And his older brother and Adar both really like to dive into the lore. Myself, I just kind of like to go into, the challenges and the one-on-one, like beating each other up. That's kind of always been my experience with Mortal Kombat. I don't really get heavy into the lore because I know there's books, right? There's like,
well, I mean, you don't really need the books that much.
Yeah, but
like,
there's
really,
some people that read that. I don't.
All
I don't
the
really
most
dive into
substantial
all that shit.
stuff is covered in the games for the most part. But the books are just like cool, like the comics, like background stuff.
See, you like to do a little bit more research on that, and so does Emmy.
Granted, like I feel like you don't really need to be that deep into the story of Mortal Kombat to enjoy it. It's one of those.
I was just saying, giving our background, like the type of experience that
I'm
we
just
have.
saying, like it's one of those franchises
you don't need it.
where
it's
a fun fighting game, to play with people. It is cool if you have like the story too to like know what the characters are all about, but.
The visuals and to learn the moves is always fun, and there's always like certain characters that you get attached to. If you guys want to comment down below and let us know what your favorite characters are to play with, if you guys are gamers, I'm assuming if you're watching this, you do have some experience with Mortal Kombat and you were excited to see this movie as much as we were. Yeah, so that's basically it. So that's our background with Mortal Kombat. I guess we should step into spoiler section now.
Yeah.
If you are still interested in seeing the movie in theaters, go ahead. It's if anything, it's so much fun. And there's a lot of nods to the games. There's a lot of moments where you're gonna be like, oh yeah, I know that. This reminds me of this. You will have moments where you're kind of like cheering and going like, woohoo! Yeah, it's got emotional points. It's got some pretty emotional points, but I say all in all, it's a feel-good, have fun movie.
Yeah.
It's just there to entertain you. So if you're down with that, go ahead and watch it on the big screen, guys. On the biggest screen you can find, because visually it's pretty stunning at times. Anyway, we're stepping into the spoiler section now, so you have been warned. If you haven't seen the movie yet, now's your time to turn off, and don't forget to like and subscribe. Anyway, I'm gonna go ahead for the spoiler stuff.
I thought it was. I guess we should start from the beginning. Really cool that they started the movie with Kitana's flashback, sort of like her childhood as an Edenian princess before Edenia was conquered by Outworld. I do kind of wish that we'd seen a little more of Edenia, because it's a very beautiful realm. Like
it's
from
an hour
what we
and
see of
57 minutes, so I guess they could only cover so much. But
yeah,
maybe they will in other movies.
It was cool though. I loved like the armor of the soldiers and everything. But we get to see Shao Kahn coming in, killing King Jared. King Jared is never really shown in the games. He's you only really know about him from like background stuff, like comics.
But it was nice they gave him his moment. That moment fighting Shao Kahn was pretty intense.
Yeah.
And I like that in such a short period of time, they really structured his relationship with Kitana as father and daughter. Like, you really felt that they loved each other, and he was a good father, someone that she revered and looked up to and loved dearly. They did that in a short amount of time, and they did it well.
You see him get killed by Shao Kahn, obviously. He gives Kitana little like thing, but a necklace, I guess,
To contact Raiden,
to contact
Lord
Raiden.
Raiden.
Yeah.
Whenever she needs help.
Um.
It was cool too because it has like a little storm thing in it. It
Yeah.
looks like it's got the little lightning stuff inside.
Yeah.
If you look at it. Yeah.
So yeah, the whole thing, Shao Kahn basically forcefully adopts Kitana
Yeah.
and makes Sindel his wife.
Yeah.
Kitana's mother.
Yeah.
Like we sort of flash forward to her older,
Mhm.
Kitana older, and training with
She has a friendship with Jade,
Jade.
who was also adopted by Shao Kahn.
Yes,
Yeah.
also taken in to be like Shao Kahn's.
And he did
Guardian.
say in there that at some point he had found her kind of as a slave child. She was like
Yeah,
stuck somewhere in like a slum or something and like barely surviving, and he kind of saved her from that. So she right away you kind of like get the sense there that even though they get along and Jade says, you know, thank you for never treating me like I'm different, and you know, you always treated me like an equal. She considers her like in all terms her sister, right?
Yeah.
But there is a clear difference, and they did make it a point to make a difference between the two of them on how they felt about Shao Kahn and their loyalty to him.
yeah,
Kitana is clearly still full of hatred and a feeling of wanting revenge against Shao Kahn for what he did. And Jade is thankful to him. And she is completely loyal to him and continuously begs Kitana to stay loyal so that she doesn't get in danger.
yeah,
And it's really awful too because you see that he's constantly torturing Sindel and turning her more and more into this dark figure that's unrecognizable to Kitana, and it's awful that he's using her basically to subdue her.
yeah.
I think that was one of my gripes, and Amari did discuss this, that we didn't get a lot of Sindel, and Sindel can be
Yeah.
a pretty interesting character to use in the games, and she was more like just put to the side as just a side character, and she barely had a moment with fighting Sonya. You know, she was just kind of leveled down to just Banshee level.
Yeah.
She does things with her hair. She does a lot of other things.
See her do the hair thing. She just did the screen.
Yeah, she really didn't get much interesting screen time, in my opinion. And then there's a couple other characters that I feel that way about.
But yeah, the movie is mainly focused on Kitana and Johnny Cage.
Yeah,
for the most part, the two of
They're
them
the two
are
big main
really
characters.
like the protagonists of the movie, because
It's
you have
Johnny basically coming to terms with that he has a bigger part in this whole story, and he's not.
You have
so
Johnny
much like
as
like a washed up Hollywood
is
actor.
this like a washed up Hollywood actor who's like.
It's kind of sad, actually. He's
like,
just sitting at this fucking convention where everyone else is like celebrity, and nobody
feeling
wants
like
to go
he's
to his table.
fallen out of relevance completely, and like he's just gotten old, like ready to just throw in the towel. Basically,
He's very much like a '90s Hollywood action star that people loved when they were younger, but now, you know, people are interested in other shit. And I thought it was so funny. I thought this was really cool. There were a lot of like almost like fourth wall moments. You know, he's like really pissed off. Everybody's just interested in like, you know, fucking Keanu Reeves kicking a bunch of guys' asses with a pencil.
Yeah.
I thought that John Wick reference was great. His reference to the Lord of the Rings too, when they're like in hell, and he's like, you know, what is it supposed to say on the medallion? One ring to rule them all, one ring to find them. I was like, no, they did not drop the Lord of the Rings. So his character. There was a really cool balance, I think, because Kitana was like the emotional side, and he was the funny side. So they did this really great balance between funny and emotional.
An emotional thing to him too, because
a little bit.
His whole thing is feeling like he's sort of fallen out of relevance.
Yeah.
He is given relevance again through something he would never expect.
Yeah.
Being chosen to fight in this crazy like interdimensional tournament.
And it's
where
interesting
people fight
what
to the
Raiden
death.
tells him, it's all about perspective, he has this perspective and this view of himself that he's a washed up Hollywood actor, that no one wants him anymore and his time is over. But, here comes Raiden giving him a different perspective, like, hey, the world needs you right now. You have a past where you're a very skilled fighter. You're a skilled warrior, and we need you. There's a reason the gods chose you. That was the emotional part for Johnny. Yeah, I love it because, in the other movie, and it always feels like they've done Johnny Cage kind of dirty.
Yeah.
Even in the games a bit, it's like, he's always like, he's so cool. He's a lot of people's favorites. A lot of people love using him and playing with him.
Bit of a one-dimensional character.
Yeah, and they kind of just like, hey, Johnny, bye, Johnny.
Little bit of a dick sometimes too.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, I mean, he is full of himself.
Full of himself.
But
he was definitely.
He wasn't one-dimensional at all.
From what I recall, from like
at least in my opinion,
the older movies, like the '90s movies, he was very much like sort of depicted as a joke. From what I remember,
yeah, he was full of himself. He was
like
flirting
very,
with Sonya, and Sonya
just,
didn't give him time of day.
That was his whole thing.
And the middle finger with the glasses. That was very much him. I love that they made him do the splits and the nut punch.
Yeah.
All of his flips and shit. And
he didn't do the slime ball though.
No.
Maybe we're gonna see him do that in the future, but he at least did the kick.
It's clear too they're gonna do another movie. The way they ended it, we thought we were gonna get a credit scene, but the way they walked at the end, it just feels like there's gonna be more. Here's the group together, right? Let's hope that they do make him do that. You know what made me laugh heavily though was his fight with Kitana, and how Shao Kahn was saying, "Finish him," and she's like, "No." And you look over at him, and he's just doing the dizzy thing that the characters do in the game, and then he just dropped. It's kind of what happens when you take too long to fucking finish a character or do a fatality, and they just kind of like, a book. I feel that was such a great moment.
I like that they incorporated that into the movie somehow.
They did the thing. It felt like you were watching a game. Honestly,
you're not required in the Mortal Kombat tournament, I'm pretty sure, to kill your opponent. You don't have to.
No.
You can. It's totally a choice to just defeat them and let them live. Which is basically what you do if you don't do a fatality when you beat someone. Like if you just, I don't know, just finish them with a kick or just don't finish them at all and let them drop. I love that they incorporated that into the movie, like showing mercy.
I also love that they put the little lit up diamonds to represent the players, because it felt like those things that you have at the top when your lives go out. It felt like that, and every time they walked into an arena, it felt like the arena that you choose. They were walking onto a different set, and then you notice that every time it was time to fight, they hit the gong in the background. It felt like the Mortal Kombat gong, like it's time to go. It was just, there's a lot of great nods.
It was interesting that this is sort of something that my little brother was joking about. No one in Mortal Kombat really dies for good usually.
Yeah.
There's always some loophole
Mortal
to bring
Kombat,
them back.
But they don't.
Usually through Quan Chi's necromancy nonsense, and that's kind of the case here. Kung Lao died in the last movie.
And he came back.
Quan Chi resurrects him to work for the evil side, to work for Outworld, Shao
Which
Kahn,
happens a lot.
and all of that.
Yeah.
He also creates Noob through
Sub-Zero.
Through Bihan.
Yeah.
Sub-Zero, which those who are familiar with the lore of the games know that that's what happens in the games.
That's what brings Scorpion back, because he didn't want to help either.
Yeah.
As soon as they mentioned Bihan, he's like, this motherfucker. That's where they took liberties, he said. Yeah.
Bihan was
blamed.
A very evil man. He was always depicted as an evil man. The first Sub-Zero, because those who are familiar with the games will know that there's two. Because his brother, Kuai Lang, replaces him afterwards as the next Sub-Zero. Bihan was not a great dude. He was the Lin Kuei in general were very much enemies of the Shirai Ryu, Scorpion's clan.
Mhm.
So Bihan, like those of you who are familiar with the games know that it's Quan Chi who was responsible for the incident
He
with
just
Scorpion's
blames it on
family.
Bihan.
He pinned it on Bihan. He
Mhm.
framed. I think if I remember correctly, he like made himself actually look like him when he did. It is 100% something that Bihan probably would have done anyway if Quan Chi hadn't.
Yeah.
He still wasn't a great dude, but he was framed.
Yeah.
Quan Chi was the one who did it. And in the games, Scorpion finds out about that, and he's pissed because he's
So
like, I killed the wrong dude.
Here they actually made him the one who murdered his family.
In the games, Scorpion's like, I killed the wrong guy. Like,
Yeah.
he's pissed. So, like, he directs his revenge at Quan Chi instead.
Yeah. I wonder how they're gonna do that, because that's kind of like...
It seems like in the movies that's not the case.
No.
Like, it really seems
They might
like...
find something else, and I hope they do, because that was one of my gripes with the movie, I think. I wouldn't say it was a gripe, but I kind of wish... Like, I was happy to see Quan Chi, but I wish they would have given him a little bit more.
Quan Chi's role was very minor.
And so was Shang Tsung.
And Shang Tsung.
And also it's a different actor because, as you know, the original actor for Shang Tsung, rest in peace. Like you said, they were kind of like Shao Kahn's servants.
I have complicated thoughts about that because, like, Shao Kahn, it's clear he's supposed to have the spotlight. He's supposed to be the main villain of this movie. He was the emperor of Outworld, and Shang Tsung and Quan Chi
were serving under him, right?
Are his servants, basically. They
so
work
it's possible
for him.
that they will become more powerful later on now that Shao Kahn's dead.
It makes sense for them to be very subordinate to him and sort of fearful of his power.
Now that I'm thinking about it, it does seem like they're always in the background, kind of like weaving a web, like up to no good.
That could lead into something else that people from the games
are because remember Jade and Kitana constantly
very
asking
familiar
them, like, what are you doing? Like, what are you doing? Like, they're always asking them, and Shang Tsung and Quan Chi are always like, nothing. You know, like, they just seem to be going about their business. But you always get the sense that there's something else underlying, and you're not quite sure what they're doing.
That was one of the points I was going to talk about. I was going to say it's interesting that they're making it seem in the movies like Bihan was just the one responsible for what happened to Scorpion's family. Because that means they're probably not going to do the whole thing with, like, Scorpion, like, hating Quan Chi and everything. Because he would have no reason to if, in the movie continuity, Quan Chi didn't do anything.
Who knows? What if the memory that he has is actually Quan Chi disguised as Bihan, which he did do?
It is still possible. They could still choose to reveal later that it was Quan Chi.
Yeah.
But I think it's interesting that they're just going to give Quan Chi sort of like...
Because he was reduced to just a necromancer in this movie.
Yeah, it feels like they're building him up to be like not that big of a deal in the beginning and become a big deal later.
Maybe.
Which would be interesting, because from the moment he's brought into the games in MK4, Quan Chi's already a big deal.
Yeah.
You know?
I hope they do, because he was one of the characters that I actually enjoyed playing with.
They could go into the Deadly Alliance.
And people always hate playing against Shang Tsung because he's pretty a badass.
I mean,
I like
in some games.
Yeah, I like that they did the soul thing though. That you did see him like suck out somebody's soul.
People can be pretty nasty with him in Deadly Alliance.
Yeah, if you're good at playing with him, it's annoying.
In Deadly Alliance, he can be pretty nasty.
Yeah,
if you're good with him.
Yeah,
but I think. On that subject, like I was saying, they could bring in the Deadly Alliance storyline to this. Shao Kahn is out of the picture now.
Yeah. I also feel like they needed to... Amari was right about this. I feel like they needed to develop Jade a little bit more. Now that I think of it, it did feel very quick when she all of a sudden switched sides, and it seemed like she started helping them, like neutralize Noob and Sub-Zero. We're gonna say it's Noob and his shadow, because she kind of joined forces with them and started like
I'm imagining
trying to destroy the amulet.
There's probably going to be another Sub-Zero. If it's anything like the games, they're gonna bring in another Sub-Zero.
Yeah, but I'm saying, like, this whole time she was so upset with Kitana, and she was basically the one to blame for having Kitana tied up in the square because she went to snitch on her. that she was going to visit Raiden, and then all of a sudden she was helping them. Like, it just felt like such a quick switcheroo. Like,
Yeah.
I feel like they did kind of like fall off a little bit on her character development there.
I love
Because
Kano, though.
she is an interesting character, you know, and her friendship with Kitana
Yeah.
was interesting, and I do love what the actress did with her, like her moments fighting, and you know, when she reveals like her
Her
bow
staff.
staff, and that the Shao Kahn thing comes off, and it's just her light underneath.
Yeah.
Maybe that was the moment that she was just hiding as a servant of Shao Kahn, and now that he was gone, that it was kind of like her time to shine and really show who
Maybe.
she was.
Yeah.
I don't know. I kind of misread that. I don't know if you guys who have watched the movie, if you understood that right away, or you feel like I do. It just wasn't explained why she switched all of a sudden. She just kind of just took off the outside of the whole staff and went to help them. Like, was it just a fuck it moment? I'm on the wrong side of history, or was it like, aha, now finally I can reveal whose side I'm on? I don't know. It was just
I don't know.
a little weird, but yeah, I do like her. Like,
I like what they did with with Kano too.
Yeah,
And then
he was fun in the last movie too.
him being like just the biggest opportunist. Like,
Yeah, that's who he is.
he starts out on the side of Outworld
Yeah,
with Shao Kahn
he
and
just
everything.
wanted his eyeball back.
Just
really.
because Quan Chi revives him.
Yeah,
He's like insulting Quan Chi the whole
but he's
time,
so
calling
fucking
him Pennywise.
Yeah,
But
but he's so fucking honest though. He's like, hey, I just want to help you because I want to stay on Earth.
yeah,
You know, I want twosomes, threesomes, foursomes. I want beer. I want to eat. You know, he's like,
they take Shinnok's amulet
mhm.
from him.
Yeah,
And he's like, hey, like I stole that fair and square,
yeah.
you know?
So funny.
He gets upset about that.
I think we're gonna get to see.
Maybe. He switches sides. he
That'd be cool.
decides just...
I don't think he switched sides. I think he was always on his own side and
He's
just
always
said,
on
"Now
his
that
own
I've got the
side,
shit
but
I
he-
want, I'm gonna go tell these fuckers I'm on their side because
I got my laser eye.
I want to go back to Earth.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to enjoy the pleasures of being a terrestrian, right? I don't know.
But
Kano's always only on one side.
Yeah.
It's his side.
his own side.
Yeah, he's a pretty cool.
And whatever side is just hating Sonya and trying to kill Sonya.
He went easy on her this time though.
Yeah.
He was like, he called her Blondie. Not
Yeah.
Johnny. Johnny wasn't the one who called her Blondie. He called her something else.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, they both kind of
But,
just tease Sonya all the time.
Liu
Oh,
Kang.
and Jax is gone.
Jax is good. Yeah.
But they are gonna go get them all. So it's
Yeah.
it's made clear that they're going after Liu Kang, who had an interesting exit.
He just left. He just dipped.
He just kind of like ascended into like
He did that
the
whole
fire
fire
dragon
dragon thing
thing.
and then just like dipped out of there.
and said he was gonna go get his brother Kung Lao.
Which I'm actually happy about because I thought they were gonna pull a deadly alliance and kill him. Like
No, he just ascended, man. That
After-
motherfucker's spiritual, dude.
after they killed off Jax and Cole, like
Yeah.
I really thought that they were gonna kill Liu Kang.
That I
But-
feel bad about too, because I know like most people didn't care much for Cole in the first one, and he was an added
He was
character
just
that's
brought in
not
out of
canon in
nowhere.
the games. But somebody yelled in the theater that we were in, and I felt so bad when he was killed. Somebody yelled out, "Finally!" I'm like, "Oh shit, dude!"
Shao Kahn demolished his head in like
That was-
that.
Man,
That-
the killing moments were insane, dude.
Yeah.
The way they smashed his head and it's just gone.
What's the? I always forget.
And also Kitana's moment with Shao Kahn.
Yeah.
That fatality or whatever, she sliced his head in like 3 parts and you see the brains spill out.
I always forget the name of that arena. 'Cause, like the arena where Shao Kahn killed Cole.
Mm-hmm.
I
Yeah,
think
that
it's- I
looked
think
really
it's-
good.
I think it's the Deadpool, like just that arena with like the acid on both
Yeah.
sides and like the thing
Yeah.
in the middle. It's been there since like the early games.
You and I looked at each other when they showed up there. It's like, oh my god,
Yeah.
that looks like so good.
And I love that they have them use. They have Shao Kahn using his annoying dash move because I
Yeah,
hate that so much, bro.
Yeah.
That shoulder move.
yeah.
so many times, like, I've been caught off guard by people playing Shao Kahn,
Yeah.
like, using that, bro. Like, it's...
And Johnny did his little, like,
Normally,
kick too.
Shao Kahn is
Okay.
pretty slow and, like, clunky, since he's one of the larger characters in the games.
But when he moves
That
fast,
move sucks. The, like, dash with his shoulder.
Yeah.
Especially in the older games, when he was, like, a big boss, like
Mhm.
MK2, MK3.
Yeah.
Good lord, bro. That move.
They made Kitana shine with her fans, man. And
Her
I like
fans, yeah.
I like that they had Jade give them to her as a gift.
Yeah.
That was pretty cool. Oh, Baraka.
Baraka. His whole thing
Yo.
with Johnny Cage was hilarious, bro.
Johnny
I loved Baraka
fucking
in this
Cage.
movie.
It was so funny because I genuinely thought that they were just gonna like be mortal enemies and like kick each other's ass. But when you see Johnny start running and then when he starts actually like fighting and he manages to like give a good fight and impresses Baraka, and ever since then he's kind of like, yeah, you're my hero. Let me learn from you.
The
He's the new master.
Tarkatans. The Tarkatans are interesting because
Yeah.
their whole thing as a people is like sort of like the honor and like the glory of like battle and all that. So they're super like,
If you give a good
You know.
fight, they respect you.
yeah, exactly. Baraka's super like battle oriented. So if you're able to like beat him in a fight,
Challenge him.
You know, like,
he looks
hey.
highly. He's like, please teach me your moves.
I respect you.
Teach me your ways.
I love that he becomes like Johnny Cage's disciple in this movie.
Yeah.
That's the funniest thing in the
And
world.
when
bro.
he's like fucking telling the story, you see all the little
That's the
kids next
funniest
to him. Oh
he
my
thinks
god!
he's some sort of like legendary like warrior or something because he
And the others
defeated
roll
him
up
with
and
like
he's
the
like, "You're
nut
so
punch.
full of shit." Yeah, that was so funny. That's like one of Johnny's classic moves, though, man. You know,
Yeah.
he totally uses his Hollywood skills there for that. It's just so funny.
Yeah,
Yeah, and
I happen to be very
and-
good with Baraka in the games. Like in
yeah.
most games, Baraka's my main or one of my mains. So
And they did. Really,
I was excited
really
to
good.
see
Every
him.
time he was like sticking out like his bones,
Yeah.
his spears, they would always like break off, and then that was very well done. I was really impressed with the practical makeup because that was practical makeup,
yeah,
and
that looked
that's
really
also
good.
something I loved about these movies. Like, yes, they did have CGI effects, but they did do a lot of practical stuff.
Yeah,
Like the weapons were practical, most of them, I think, and then you could see that the sets weren't CG. They had some green screen in the back, but there was a lot
Yeah.
of it that was practical. They were built sets, so it just gives movies a different feel when you do a perfect balanced combination of the two. Like, more movies should do that, honestly. Like, don't rely so heavily on, like, that's one of the mistakes and the complaints that people have of like movies like The Hobbit, and why they stand like so differently. They feel so different from the Lord of the Rings movies because there's so much more CG versus like practical stuff, and
yeah.
you can feel it. The audience isn't stupid. Like, just balance it out. So what if it's more expensive? If it's worth it if it's done right, you're gonna get your money back. People are gonna go see the movie if it's done well. You're gonna get your millions back.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I think most people will be surprised at how willing actors are to sit down in a chair for like 3 or 4 hours to get changed into something like that. Because fuck, I'd sit
really-
there. I wouldn't mind them putting like
Yeah.
fucking contacts and teeth on me and sit there in plasters if I could become this like crazy fucking looking character. The guy
effects,
seemed like he was having a lot of fun.
The effects and stuff that they did use were like really cool too.
Mm-hmm.
I loved the way the Netherrealm looked.
Yeah.
The portal, because the portal was in the movie, that
Yeah.
arena.
Uh-huh.
That's where Kung Lao and Liu Kang had their
That
fight.
looked beautiful, actually.
The Liu Kang promising, like, I'm gonna free you from their control, like, I'll
Yeah,
bring
that
you
moment
back.
was crazy when they do that jump.
His
and he
brother
grabs
right
his
there.
hands and he slices
Yeah.
them on his own hat.
Considers him his brother, man,
Yeah.
as like a fellow Shaolin monk.
Yeah. And that's really sad, like with Raiden and everything, because he did view him as his son. So that moment's like really heartbreaking for Raiden.
Kung Lao went crazy with that hat, though. That was such a cool fight scene. Him
It
versus
was.
Liu Kang. He
It was
was
a
going
really good
crazy
fight.
with his hat.
I honestly enjoyed like all the fights. I thought they were all really cool.
Yeah.
But there's some that just stand out. I think Kitana's with Johnny, Johnny with Baraka, Kung Lao and Liu Kang.
Yeah.
It felt short-lived, but yeah, Shao Kahn with Cole, I thought was a really cool moment.
Yeah.
I expected a little bit more. I do love Sonya, and I thought, you know, she did a really good job. The
Played
actress,
a very minor role in this movie.
yeah, but I feel like that moment, like I said, with Sindel, it needed to be a better fight. Yeah, they had like a limited area because they were in like that thorn pit.
Yeah.
And that was pretty cool, you know, them dodging it, and like, you know, it was a little nerve-wracking, but I don't know, it just felt like cut short.
You know,
Just in general, I feel like I enjoyed like all the fights, like the effects with Noob and the
Yeah,
shadow.
that
I
was really
really
cool.
loved that. You actually got a sense that the shadow was like materializing into the floor and then coming back out. They did that really well. Like the speed and everything, it felt like the games. Like there were moments where I was looking at it like, this feels like the fucking games.
you know what?
And how they were like splitting from Sub-Zero, like
Yeah.
it looked really cool.
You know what characters I really want to see more? Want to see in general, because they haven't appeared like in the movies at all, really. I want to see Cyrax and Sector.
I was gonna say Cyrax. Cyrax and Sector, yeah.
There are others too. I would like to see Ermac.
Mm.
Who else? Who else? There are a lot of people.
Kenshi.
Reptile? We haven't seen Reptile at all, right?
We saw
Yeah.
Reptile in the older movie, but like he had a very
He looked
minor
weird.
role.
He looked
Yeah,
weird
it was
in
a really strange special effect. Well, it was really nice.
But
Kenshi
Kenshi
we
would be
haven't
cool.
seen. Kenshi would be cool. I always wanted Keanu Reeves to play Kenshi because I think he would have done a great job. Some people were saying that Louis Tan, the one who played Cole, should have been Kenshi.
yeah,
He would have made a good Kenshi. Too late for that now.
it's a lot of characters they could bring in. Nightwolf would be cool.
Yeah, that would be very cool. I
yeah.
would love to see Nightwolf.
Maybe Smoke. But
Now that we have Noob, they could probably do Smoke.
yeah, that'd be cool.
Yeah.
I would say they could bring in characters like more like later on characters, sort of like Deception and Armageddon characters, like maybe Shujinko, you know, like if they want to bring in Onaga, if they want to go down like the Deception route,
They could do a lot of stuff.
if they wanted to introduce maybe Blaze or something.
I think this one is doing well. I don't know.
That could wait though, I think. Like
Yeah.
that's sort of just looking to the future characters like that.
I want to know at this point, like, how well the movie is doing.
And how many more they're probably gonna do. They're probably gonna find a way to bring back the characters that died, because in general,
Well, that's where they went off to.
Mortal
At
Kombat.
the end, that's what they're gonna do. We're gonna go get our friends.
Mortal
Like
Kombat just does that, and I mean, like, that's they did that with Sindel, because she got brought back like 10 minutes after Sonya killed her.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, it says its overall profitability remains in question, though it's achieved a decent commercial success and fan reception. It's passed the 100 million global mark, making it the highest grossing Mortal Kombat film since the original 95. However, it faces a tough path to breaking even against its 80 million production budget and heavily relied on North American ticket. 65% critic score. Fuck the critics. It's got a strong audience rating. We know how that goes, because even
I
with
don't
the
really care
Michael
about
movie, the
critics.
audience rating
Like-
is so much higher than the critics. Like, you know.
Rotten Tomatoes and all that. Like, I don't,
Yeah, I don't
I don't know, bro.
really go by Rotten Tomatoes, but you know. Yeah, I'm just going by what I just wanted to see how the movie's doing in general. But Adeline, I guess that's how you say her name, Adeline Rudolph or Adeline. I don't know how she pronounces it. Kitana, then it's Carl Urban, Johnny Cage, Shao Kahn, Martin Ford. Very big guy, man. What a massive dude. I've seen him in the interviews. He's huge.
Yeah.
God, they nailed it, like picking him. Tati Gabrielle, that's funny. That's my my sister's nickname, Tati Jade. She did really well. I just kind of wish they would have explored her a little bit more, just like Jessica McNamee, Sonya Blade. Maybe they'll get a little bit more screen time and exploration along with
Yeah.
the next movie. And I do hope to see Mehcad Brooks because honestly, them killing off Jax made me sad because I do love Jax. I do enjoy using him in the games as well. That always sounds weird using him. Playing with him. It also sounds weird.
No,
No
it doesn't sound
matter
like
how
that.
you say it.
Playing as him, I
Playing
guess.
as him in the games. Yeah. Jax. Mehcad Brooks is really good. And I did like his moment. Like his death scene did feel genuine, and even though it was short-lived, like you could see there was like a bond between Sonya and Jax.
Yeah.
You know, that they went way back and they were in the military together, and that moment where she realizes that he's been killed, you could see that she was hurting, you know. That did feel genuine to me. I did enjoy that. And then there's Ludi Lin, he's Liu Kang. Gotta see more of him. I love what he did. Josh Lawson as Kano, hilarious. Well done, sir. So he's officially part of the group because he was like strutting
Yeah.
at the end too. Lord Raiden, Tadanobu Asano.
That might be a problem with Sonya though, because Kano and Sonya are notorious for despising each other.
Yeah. But I think right now their focus is to get their friends back. Shang Tsung, I guess we'll have to see. It was portrayed by Chin Han. I guess he was the new actor. Damon Harriman. Wow, that's how he really looks. You cannot see this guy under that makeup. And Amari was saying his head looks so big. His head did look big, but I mean, Quan Chi does have a big head.
That dome.
Yeah,
I mean, he's supposed to be like.
Does have a big head, man. Oh my god. Head. What was it that he said about his eyeliner? He was like fucking with his makeup. It was Kano who said something, right?
Yeah.
Of course.
He called him Pennywise too.
Yeah. Oh my god. Damon Harriman, really interesting. Would love to see more of Quan Chi. Joe Taslim, yeah, I think he did a wonderful job.
We didn't see Quan Chi throw any green skulls though.
Yeah, well,
skulls.
If they explore more of him in the other movies, then we should.
He didn't do much in this movie.
Joe Taslim, wonderful job. He was pretty intimidating in the moments that we saw his face. And of course, the amazing Hiroyuki Sanada as Hanzo Musashi. Max Huang Kung Lao, I'm assuming we're going to get you back. Bye-bye, Louis Tan. My hope is that we see you again in One Piece as Law. Is this YouTuber, I'm sure some of you know if you watch One Piece, he's called Straw Hat Goofy. He's had the pleasure of interviewing many celebrities, and one of the people he interviewed was Louis Tan, and he put him onto Trafalgar the Law. He said, I would love to see you play that character in One Piece. And once Louis realized how he was, how he looked, and what a little bit of his background was, he was like, oh, I'm on board. And I'm like, yes, I would love to see him play Law. I know you love Law a lot, but I don't know how you feel about that, but what you've seen of him.
I think he'd be good.
I thought he was great in Cobra Kai. He was a very unpleasant character in Cobra Kai, but he did a good job being unpleasant. So he could very well like play someone who kind of like crosses in that border between pleasant and unpleasant, because we know that Law has his moments where he can be like seem like a bit of a dick sometimes because he has an agenda, but he's really not. So yeah. So I think he could, I don't know, what do you guys think? Comment down below if you're familiar with the whole One Piece thing. Look at this guy, CJ Bloomfield, Baraka. Dude, that makeup, man. Amazing. That's amazing. I'm looking at the guy's face and you know, amazing fucking makeup. Just all in all, am I forgetting somebody important here? Queen Sindel, yeah, needed more. Anna Nguyen, I guess. I don't know how you pronounce that. Yeah, I don't want to butcher names.
It's a Vietnamese.
Anna Nguyen, yeah. Queen Sindel. Would have loved to see more of Sindel, honestly. Not just like a corpse bride type situation. Because she looked kind of like dead all the time whenever she was there. Like her eyes were like really dark. She just looked darker and darker every time we saw her. I don't know. And the
Well,
wonderful,
I mean,
yeah,
she's kind of supposed to look like that.
yeah, but I don't know. I kind of wanted a little bit more of a purple outfit and more white in her hair. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like a little
They
bit
could have done a little more of that.
She looked like way too dark and dead. You know, like
Yeah.
I don't know. There was something missing, but anyway, maybe we'll see her again. You know, she'll be revived or something. I don't know, but
She has been. She's
multiple
just
times,
sitting there
yeah.
with like a cage on her head. You remember?
Yeah.
Quan Chi did bring her back.
Oh right.
Yeah.
So maybe we will get to see her again. I don't know. Sophia Shu, the wonderful Sophia Shu. She had, you know, small moments on screen, but what a phenomenal little actress, you know, because young Kitana, what an amazing young lady. Like, you know, she really felt genuine. Like in that moment where she lost her father and that scream she gave and you know, she started crying and then her embrace with him.
Yeah.
Such short moments, but they were so defining for the rest of the movie and
why she was never truly loyal to Outworld,
right,
despite being on that side.
And just her whole reactions felt genuine. Like where did he get these people from? You know, honestly, these little actors, like they have such a bright future because.
But yeah, like.
Then there's Desmond Chiam, King Jared, wonderful short moment on screen, but Cage movie fan Sam Cotton, he had his moment on there. Anyway, yeah, everybody in the movie, the moments they had were wonderful. Like I said, there were some moments that were short-lived that I wish they would have explored a little bit more, but it's not like a deal breaker where I'm like, I'm not gonna watch this shit again. You know, I'm you know, when the Blu-ray comes out, I'll probably get it because I want to see the behind the scenes, honestly.
The same way that Cole was the heart of the last movie, Johnny Cage and Kitana are both the heart of this movie, and I think that's executed in a good way because it gives equal importance to both of them. Like neither of them feel like they're overshadowing the other.
Like I said, I felt like it was a balance between the two of them.
Yeah,
right?
You have on the Earth Realm side, Johnny Cage sort of like stepping into this unfamiliar world and like rediscovering a sense of purpose. And you have on the other side, Kitana on Outworld side, the opposing side, but she's not really loyal to Outworld.
Yeah.
She's helping Earthrealm because she's been in contact with Raiden because she hates Shao Kahn.
Planning that for a long time because she was like visiting him through that little portal that she had in her necklace.
Jade didn't like that too much because she's a lot more loyal to Shao Kahn, so she sort of got on her case for that. You know, got her arrested. And I do think the switch up sort of happened a little too fast. Yeah. Like you said, with like Jade switching sides. It's something that needed to happen either way, but I feel like they could have done it in a way
I just don't feel like it was explored.
Yeah.
In it, because they did other things in a very short period of time and explained them well.
Yeah.
And they felt genuine. There was something missing in that moment where she makes the decision to help him out. I think the moment with the bow staff should have been something else.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I think that was the moment where she made the decision. It seems like it. But, you know, because she was so pressed towards, like, you know, punishing Kitana for like, not being loyal to Shao Kahn. And then all of a sudden, hey, here I am helping you guys out. I don't know. It felt weird. I don't know. I wouldn't say it felt forced. It just felt not properly fleshed out.
Yeah.
You know? Anyway, that's kind of like everything I've got to say. You got to add anything else?
Not really. I feel like we talked a lot.
Yeah,
we were kind of all over the place too.
No, I think we covered all the major points.
Yeah.
You know, all the feelings. I mean,
matter,
we don't
fine.
have to go in like, you know, chronological order through the movie.
Yeah.
It's just kind of, you know, hitting all the important stuff that, you know, so you guys get an idea of what we thought of the movie. And yeah, on that note, would love to know your thoughts. If you've seen the movie, hopefully you have at this point. If not, we just spoiled a whole lot of shit for you. And it's fun to just go in and be surprised because, you know, if you love the games as much as we do, you'd be pleasantly surprised with all the little nods and, you know, Oh, and Ed Boon.
Ed
Almost
Boon appeared.
forgot. Yeah,
He
he was
made
a
a cameo.
bartender, and it was so cute when Johnny said, "Hey, Ed." I was like, "Oh yeah, he's in it." He had his moment. Yeah. So if you love all that stuff, you know, you're gonna be like that Leo DiCaprio gif. I understood that reference. You know. Yeah, it's nice to be surprised and see all of that shit that you're so familiar with throughout the years, and I want more. At least I don't know if you do. Yeah, it
Yeah.
seems like you do too. We just want to see another movie. You know, it can only get better and better from here. Hopefully, right? You know, if you get some genuine good storytelling and you stay true to the source material, you know, with maybe a few creative liberties here and there, that's fine. But if you stay close to the essence of the characters, like they did in this one, I feel there's no way you can lose. Those are our thoughts on this movie. So please leave your comments down below. What were your favorite moments in the movie? If you'd like to talk some gamer stuff, please do. Let us know what are your favorite characters to play with in Mortal Kombat. What are your favorite games out of the Mortal Kombat universe? If you do want another movie, who would you like to see? What characters would you like to see in the next movie? Would love to hear all of that. I do enjoy reading you guys' comments, and the positive feedback is always welcome. If you do have any criticism, that's welcome too, so long as you keep it respectful. Always willing to grow. That's what this is about, making this channel grow and getting the feedback back from you guys. We love talking about this stuff with other people, so yeah, please leave your thoughts and leave comments. If you did enjoy this review, please leave a like. If you haven't subscribed already, please do help us make it to 500 subscribers. That is our next goal. We are almost there. Yeah, hit the bell. There's a lot of content coming. If you're interested in seeing more, you gotta hit that bell. Get notified. We'll catch you guys in the next video. Take care, everybody. Bye.